Hello everyone, and welcome to my second redstone chopping tutorial. Today we're going to be going over a machine that sells 1, 2, or 3 items per diamond. So, this machine here is about as compact as I could possibly get it, with all the same functionality that you need in a full shop. Basically, this machine is an item filter with one little piece of logic on the side. So it's basically the same setup as the previous machine, where we have an item filter through the center to filter out your payment, in this case diamonds, out of your payment chest up on top, with the same small slowing down circuit to make sure it flashes every single time an item comes through the system. The main difference is that we're triggering the system every time a diamond comes through instead of just when a certain number of diamonds come in. So to do that, we just have a sticky piston down here which pushes the observer forward whenever the filter triggers and shoots one item from the dropper into the barrel here. There are other ways to set this up, which are super simple. You just swap some blocks around, and you can get this to shoot 2 or 3 items into the barrel as well as one. So this side of the system is just basically a stock keeping system. So when you run out of stock, this comparator will turn off, which then sends a signal through the observers, pushing the composter up, turning off of this comparator, and turning on the redstone torch here, which is next to our item filter, locking it out. When you put stock back in, it does the opposite, it pulls the composter down, and then turns this torch back off, allowing more diamonds to come in. The one trick with this is that you need a observer here, or some way of updating this comparator, otherwise it will not turn back on when the composter is pulled down, because it's reading through a block like this. So, let's get on to the tutorial. Okay, so to get started, you're going to need to gather the resources in this chest for this simple build. These will need to be some type of solid block, and also you can swap out a composter with a single fill level for a cauldron with a water bucket in it. So, the amount of space you're going to need for this is a 2x5 area that's also 5 blocks deep. Now we'll come over here and get started. First of all, you need to build up 4 blocks from that spot. Place a barrel here. Now that's your payment chest. Next we'll place a barrel there as the diamond chest, and a barrel here as the item pickup. You can remove all those blocks and place in the 2 hoppers here and here. Set up the simple item filter. Next, we need to place in blocks as a plus shape from that spot, just like this, and remove the center one. And this is just so we can set up our simple item filter with some dust, a repeater on one tick there, and a torch just like that. Now, we need to set up the item filter so it actually filters out the item we want as payment. So, first of all, we need to set it up so that way there are 18 items in the second slot and 1 in the rest, just like this. Then place 2 items into the first slot, just so you can get the placeholder item in place here. So that completes all of our sorting system done. Next, what we're going to do is trigger the system whenever a new diamond comes in. So place a piston here with an observer facing upwards, a block right there, and then your stock dropper will go right here. So in this case, fill this up, maybe just target blocks. So now we need to add in the slowing down so that way it makes sure it reliably triggers. So you place an observer against that block facing towards the front of the machine with a block of quartz here, and this does have to be a solid block in this one, with the next block here. So next you place in a repeater on 2 ticks there, with the dust on top of the observer. Now finally, to get this all functioning, we just have to place in our stock keeping. So we put an observer facing downwards next to this block with a comparator on top that'll turn on like this. Then you place a note block here and 2 more observers to carry the signal to the back of the machine. We'll put it into a block with a sticky piston facing upwards. Now we need to grab the composter and something to fill it with. place that here and at least get one level in there. It doesn't have to be all the way full, but it doesn't really matter if it's more than one. So then we place a block here with a comparator there, and that'll turn on because it's reading that there's level in the composter. That goes into another block with a redstone torch on top. And then to top it all off, put the redstone lamp up top. That turns off, saying that there are items in here. So this should all be functioning and working properly. So if we grab a couple diamonds in here, you'll see that if we place 8 in, it'll trigger once every time a new diamond comes in and dispense 8 items into the barrel, with our 8 diamonds showing up down here. So if you want to set it up for a single item for a diamond, this is the way to do it. But if you want to sell, for example, 2 items per diamond, all you have to do is swap the positions of this block and the observer here. And then we'll move that back down into the dropper. So now this setup will shoot out 2 items per diamond. So if we put 1 in, you can see it double flashes and we get 2 items. So if we put all of our diamonds in, you see it double flash each time, and we'll end up with 16 in here. Then finally, if you want to sell 3 items per diamond, the next change you have to make is swap this block out for an upwards facing observer, just like this. This time, if we put a diamond in, you'll see it triple flash, and we'll get 3 items in the barrel. So if I put all of them in, I'll wait for it to go through. I'll get 24 or 8 times 3. Well, that's all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure you leave a like and subscribe for more redstone videos and tutorials.